Hey guys, welcome back to Allison Customs Project Car TV. Today I'm back on the Scout working on the driver's side floor pan. It's a whole lot like what I had to do on the passenger side as far as the parts that we make. Ended up taking out exactly the same amount of floor pan as I did on that side, just because the rot was so far back. I may as well get back to good structural metal and then to a cross member that lets me kind of weld in and have plenty of support. The things that are worse on this side is this rib here needed a bigger section cut out of it to repair it. The inner rocker panel needed, I think the passenger side needed just a little piece, like 2 by 3 inch or something. This one's probably 2 by 8, and then we have a much larger piece in the kick panel on the interior side that has to be replaced. None of it's a big deal. I cut the other pieces out, and I was as careful as I could to keep it straight, or keep it as straight as what was the metal that was there. So when we make the new one, we get to use these old pieces as patterns. Like I said, I took exactly the same amount of floor pan out, so I'm going to make another one of those. And I made the last one out of 16 gauge and added a couple of ribs that the original wouldn't have had. I'm also making it different. I'm doing the whole floor pan instead of 2 pieces of floor pan and then the mount being separate. I'm sorry, on the original, you would have had a floor pan that came to about here, and then another piece that came down and had the support built into it. And I'm making a full floor pan, full piece for the floor pan, and then the support is separate. And I'm making it out at 1/8 inch, so I've got a much heavier duty mount, and then it's a separate piece from the floor pan. It gets welded directly to it, but that allowed me to make heavier duty parts. Other than that, really, it's going to be pretty much the same as the other side. I've got to take this rubber boot out. There's a hole for the brake cable to come through, the emergency brake cable to come through, that I have to match that up. And there's a mount for the high-low beam switch, foot switch. So I do have to put some weld nuts in there or something and make it to where everything goes back where it was. So now I have the cross brace in, as well as the part, I guess everybody calls it the wedge, which is this piece here that goes back and forth. And that just makes up the bottom of the body mount, supports everything out to the rocker. And honestly, that's probably overkill, but because I've made everything out of 1/8 inch. And then I went ahead and put the gusset in here the way, I guess the way the factory would have done it. Not really sure that was needed either. And it does kind of seal things up, but I'm kind of worried about the size of the area here where the bolt is, so if we don't like it, we can come back out with it, or should have probably just tacked it in and tried it, but doesn't matter. Got to clean up a little bit of the welds. I'm welding overhead to do this, and that's not my best technique. Anyway, doesn't matter. It's plenty strong. Once they're cleaned up a little bit, put some undercoating on it, you won't ever see them again anyway. This is for the driver's side. That'll mount up to the bottom of the floor. And if you imagine it's upside down, and this mounts here. So now you got a 1/4 inch of material, and then this gusset goes in here like so. And I think after having done this now the way I have, I'm probably going to weld up a whole lot of this all in one shot, just to make it easier to get the welding done and get some nice welds on this one. Next up is the driver's side, which I have to cut all that out still. You can see it's all damaged up in here, and there's really nothing left of the original wedge. That's the original floor. So, and all of this was 16 gauge, and we'll make it all out of the heavier 1/8 inch. Well, we've already got it made out of heavier 1/8 inch. So. All right. And this one, it doesn't look like we'll need to take as much of the floor, so we might be able to cut it off somewhere right under here. So we'll make a little less floor this time and just have a seam right in here. All right, so here we have the driver's side floor pan has been replaced. The bracing is all in. I've got some primer, flat black primer on there. And I did grind a lot of the welds and try and dress them up a little bit. So it's all going to be covered with a bed liner coating, so there was no sense in going too far with it. But that's the driver's side. Here's the passenger side, very similar. That'll all get coated as well, and I'll go ahead and put some primer on the bare metal here. So that takes care of that. I also got the heat shield welded back on, and after I got this metal replaced. So we're all caught up on the outside of the front here. And so on the inside, this is the floor pan. You can see where it's all been welded. I still need to grind the welds along this side and down here, and probably dress these as well. I also need to add a little more weld up in this area, just to make it more uniform in appearance and seal it up a little better. And then finally we have a hole here that's for the parking brake cable to travel through, and then these two holes I need to weld a nut on the outside, and that's for the headlight bright dim switch to mount to. And then the last thing I've got to do is I forgot to put the divot in here for these for the body bolt to recess down in. And by the time I'd realized I'd forgotten it, I'd already got the floor pan partially welded in. So we'll come back in and really just get a torch and heat this up, and then use a body hammer to shape it. So not that big a deal. Just it is pretty quick and easy if you have the press available. But that's about it for the front floor pans. And for those of you interested, I will be doing the rear here next. And I will also, based on some recommendations or requests I got, I'm going to show you more of the repair work in process. Kind of like I used to do on the Chevelle videos. That's been a request again, so we'll just go back to doing it like that and showing you through the whole process, and rather than just updates on what's been done. So that's coming up in the next video or two, and we'll see how all that repair work gets done. So again, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you again on another Alice Customs Project Car TV.